Destiny of the Daleks set. This format of set, which includes a Dr. Davros and two Daleks, is repeated in the Genesis of the Daleks set, still with the fourth Doctor, the Michael Wisher Davros, and two of the Dark Daleks, the Resurrection set, which has the fifth Doctor, the Terry Malloy Davros, the Dalek Supreme, and a regular Dalek drone. Then I believe the last one is the Revelation of the Dalek set, which has the sixth Doctor, the Terry Malloy Davros, Necros Dalek, and sorry, just shutting the door behind me, and Ascaro Dalek. I have the Revelation set. I'd like to see one for Remembrance. I think that would be pretty cool. Although a majority of the figures that anyone would want from that story are already released. So yeah. But here is the fourth Doctor. Let's have a look at his articulation. It's standard for the range. Head can do a 360 with the scarf off. The shoulders, standard swivel. Bicep swivel. Elbow bend. The rotation at the wrist. The waist can turn, but this jacket is a lot harder than most jackets are. Usually jackets on these figures are really soft and pliable and actually give, but this is quite a hard plastic, so the leg can go backwards and forwards, no problem, but out to the side you're probably only going to get that much. You got the knee bend, and you got the boot swivel, and just like nearly every character with a boot, it's the articulation is in the boot as opposed to the thigh. The only exception I can think of is the third Doctor. Well, at least Doctor-wise, they all seem to have this if they have boots, apart from the third Doctor, obviously. Detail-wise, it's not letting me zoom. I don't know why. It's just odd. My zoom isn't working for some reason. But it's a very nice likeness to Tom Baker. You got the there seems to be an issue on mine. I don't think you can make it out, but this side of the head, there's just something wrong with it, as the sideburn doesn't go all the way up to the hair. There's this gap. It's a slight gap, but it's not really noticeable, but there's just a flesh gap right there. It's not on this side, but the hair is done nicely. It's got some grey highlights in it to symbolize him getting older. And then we get to the costume, where it all sort of falls apart. In season 17, I believe they tied the two different scarves that he had at that point together, and which created a longer scarf. As a result, he would wear it in multiple loops, like there'd be one down here. And if you want that sculpt, you're going to have to go to the City of Death set and get that set, which comes almost identical fourth Doctor, except he's wearing the regular pants with the shoes, and he's got like a painted badge there, and he's got the new scarf. So that's a real disappointment that they weren't able to do it in this set, but at least they rectified it. I do hope we get another one of this guy. If not, I might just end up getting another City of Death Doctor and, you know, taking that scarf off, and just leave the body for customizing or whatever. But yeah, it's just a decent scarf. Just you know, at least he has one, but it's the wrong one, so yeah. The head, scarf went flying, or other is removable, and you can see the costume underneath. Now, I don't know how they would have done it on figure form, so I guess it's okay that they didn't, but he usually wears the scarf tucked under the lapels. Now, I don't see how that could have worked, unless they did something like, I don't know, like they did do with the Sylvester McCoy figures, and have the scarf actually sculpted to the figure, and have these over it. So, it would have been pretty cool to see that. I mean, most people aren't gonna unless they do action figure adventures, you're not gonna have a need to remove the scarf. But, yeah, you got the white shirt. I believe in the story there's a waistcoat that he wears undone, but no matter. But yeah, you got this greyish brown on the coat. Oh. And then I'm trying to make out if it's black or very dark brown trim around the collar and around here. But yeah, very big lapels. I do like this jacket. This costume isn't a bad costume. I do like it when he wears boots as well. It's probably why I'm a fan of the Season 18 costume. Don't know why. But you got the bluey... I don't know, I always seem to think that some shades of grey turn out to be a bluey grey. I always think it with the Daleks, not these ones, but like the Genesis. I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. But yeah, the grey boots, grey pants, thank you, and the brown boots. Boots came out well. The soles of the boots. He did have a Sonic. I've misplaced it on the silly git. Yeah, nice enough figure. I think due for a re-release, but with the new scarf. Or you can just get your own. Now we'll bring in Davros. We'll take that off because we'll probably go sliding. So we'll look at that. I don't know what it's called. Control Sphere. I haven't seen the story. So, yeah. But, here it is. It's got 4 little legs to stand on Davros's chair. That's all it does. It doesn't plug in anywhere. It just rests on the chair. And it rests fairly well, as long as you don't shake it too much. But let's look at Davros. Not my favourite Davros, probably my least favourite Davros. The figure as a whole is executed okay. There are certain elements that I would have preferred would have been better. But anyway, let's have a look at articulation. The head can move so slightly, but I don't think you're going to really need it. You've got the arm, which can do... it could do a 360, but I wouldn't because this shoulder piece is rubbery and it will probably come off very easily and warp. These have been known to warp. You've got the bicep, elbow, and wrist. And as opposed to the Daleks, who are just on the 2 regular wheels and one of the sort of ball wheels, Davros is on 3 of the ball wheels. So he can roll if you need him to. Now the face is exactly the same as the Genesis one. I can't remember which one came first, but yeah, it's the same as the Genesis one, except I believe a darker paint, which is okay. I didn't like it at first. I don't know why, but it grew on me, and it sort of matches the on-screen version. It could have been a tad lighter. I don't know. The wires and everything up here, they're done, you know, the best they can. They are a bit bulky, but oh well. These ones running to the blue brace, these ones ducking underneath the silver wires. The microphone, very nice. The black tunic looks very nice. You got all the folds in the uniform. Of course, this is the same mask that Michael Wisher wore, and it was just reused for David Goodison because Michael Wisher had other commitments. But you got the hand, same Davros hand that's used for all of them, but the Revelation comes with an interchangeable hand. Guess you can call it a stump, really, but yeah, the same pointing. So you get him to point or push his buttons. You got the nice clear bit here with orange, and all the control panels, three little switches, sorry. Little button there, big button really. A nice selection of buttons here, all around the chair. And then we get to what I think is the letdown of the figure, and that is the chair. It's a very, well, it's not a very light grey, but it's lighter than what it has to be. I don't know if it's to symbolise the fact that he was sitting in dust and cobwebs for God knows how long, centuries, but really they could have just, made it black and then applied, I don't know, a sort of grey wash to it. Similar to how they've done the bottom here, which is black, and then there's this sort of silvery metallic finish to it, and it looks really good. You can see it there, just a wear. If that was applied to the chair, that would have been amazing. I don't know how the silver hemispheres are done. All I know is on the Paradigm Daleks, I don't know if it's on any other, they're actually separate pieces glued into a socket, a square socket. They're just like sort of half spheres, and then there's a square plug that plugs into a hole. So I have a feeling that these are actually part of the sculpt and you can't actually take them out. But I'm probably gonna work around that. The only thing that would make me say that is the button and the fact that you can't see it, but these are just hollow pieces. You can see the small circles there, but it has the circuitry. Of course, this is only for the resurrection Davros. It would have been nice if probably they just left that as a piece, as a continuation. I mean, it sort of stands out when you're looking for it, and especially that this is an old grey chair, it definitely shows more. But yeah, nice enough figure. I do prefer my other Davros. Now we'll bring in the nicer of the two Daleks. We'll look at both, don't worry, but I'll just go through this one first because it is my favourite. It's not my favourite design Dalek, it's just my favourite of this set. Standard Dalek articulation, the eyes look up and down. Whether to how much degree you can move it up and down is entirely up to whatever Dalek you get. But yeah. The head can turn. Ball-jointed guns, again, whatever Dalek you get, the articulation is pretty much based on whether you're lucky or not. Daleks really are a mixed bag in terms of quality. Some of them will have scratches, some of them will have really bad problems, but I'm sort of lucky. I don't really have any quality control issues. A few scratches here and there, but that might have been done after I opened him. But yeah, so okay design. It's sort of reminiscent of the Death to the Daleks version, I guess, except it's grey as opposed to being silver. It could have actually done with just a tad bit darker. This one just has more black. That one has more grey. So yep. So yeah, a nice set, guys. Don't get me wrong, I love the set. Some of them are flawed. But yeah, if you can find it, definitely pick it up. That's all for now, guys, and I'll see you later.